I'm going to demonstrate an air-to-ground attack in the Sabre on this island, which is a few miles east of Kolki Air Base. The target is this communications tower and a few buildings around it, and the weapon I'm going to be using is a simple 500-pound general purpose bomb called the AN-M64. If you want to hit a target with one of these bombs, then you have to use a dive bombing tactic. Engine startup is quite simple on this aircraft, although you do need ground power. I've also called for arming with the bombs.
Ground power is now on. Rearming.
Once you have ground power, switch on the engine master and flick down the starter briefly, and then move the starter switch to the battery position. Bomb sequence to all, bomb release to auto, function dial to bomb. At 3% RPM, set the throttle by pressing the home key, and then at 9%, set the throttle to idle by pressing home again, and you'll hear it start spooling up. Close the canopy, Control C. When you've got enough hydraulic power, you can close the air brakes, B. When the RPM has reached idle speed, you can then set taxi power, which I usually set at around 60 to 65% RPM. When you start moving, you can steer by holding down the S key while moving the rudder with the pedals. This will turn the nose wheel. When you release the pedals, keep the S key pressed down and allow the nose wheel to straighten up. There's a slight delay before it straightens up, so you need to anticipate that. And braking with the W key. And then you can set your flaps. To arm the weapons, switch the safety switch to gun. Final step in preparation is to activate the gun sight gyros by using the mechanical uncaged switch here. And there's the pipper on the glass. Before you begin the dive, press and hold the sight electronic caging button. I've mapped a key on my joystick for this. At the same time, press and hold the bomb release button. Then try to line up the pipper steadily on the target, keeping both buttons held firmly down. You can hear that I'm applying the air brake now to slow me down during the dive. This is quite a shallow dive, which means that I'll have to get very close to the target for the bombs to release. Try to keep the pipper steady on the target. When it's stabilised, you can release the electronic caging button, but keep your finger on the bomb release button. The bombs should now automatically release at the right moment. trickiest part for me is keeping the pipper on the target during the dive, but hopefully that comes with practice.